Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a glitter ombre on my dominant hand using my non-dominant hand. I am a righty, so I will be doing this whole mani with my left hand. We are going to be using these colors right here. They are from Thunderbird Lane Dip Powder Company. We are going to be doing green on the pinky. We're going to ombre this beautiful glitter on the middle finger, and we're going to put the glitter itself fully on the ring finger. We're going to put the pink on the thumb and the index finger. This is also a twin with my friend Kaale. I will link her Instagram in the description, and I'm going to throw the picture that we're going to use over here. We saw it on Rachel's Nailspiration Station, and we fell in love with the design, so we are going to try to recreate it. I will pop her picture up at the end with mine so you guys can check them both out and let us know how we did. If that is something that you would be interested in seeing, stick around and we will get right into it. First, we're going to start off with peel base, and this peel base looks like it goes on and stays white, but it will actually turn clear when it is dry, kind of like Elmer's glue will do. So I'll put it on all the fingers. I do one generous layer and then I just let it sit, and about 5 minutes or so, maybe less, depending on the temperature in the house or whatever, it'll dry and it will be clear. And then you'll be ready to go ahead and dip over that. As I'll let you guys kind of see how it's looking. You see it's all white, but here it is, it's all clear, ready to go. And what I like to do on top of my peel base is I like to put just one layer of base, just so that it doesn't dry my dip quite as fast, because peel base tends to help the base dry a little bit quicker, or not help it, make it dry a little bit quicker with most liquids. So I like to put one layer of base, let it dry for very quick, and then I'll be ready to go in with my first layer of dip. I'm going to do the green on the pinky like I was saying. The green is just going to be on the one nail. My pinky nail is short enough to dip into the jar. Sometimes I pour over, sometimes I dip in. It's just usually easier when I'm doing my mani and I have to use my non-dominant hand. It's easier for me to do as much work as I can with my dominant hand, and usually that ends up with me dipping my nails into the powder with this hand. It's not as hard as it used to be, just because I've been practicing so much with using my non-dominant hand, but it does take a little bit extra time. I call my left hand my dumb hand, just because it takes a little bit longer. See, the pour over, it's not quite as smooth as it is with my other hand, and I still end up dipping in. It's just the way that it works with this particular hand. So I'm gonna let you guys watch. I'm gonna do 2 layers of the color, and then I will come back when it is time for us to do the glitter. layer onto the glitter. Now the glitter is super beautiful, super reflective. Not really a reflective glitter, but super shiny, and it's gonna pretty much glisten like crazy in the sun. We're just gonna do 2 layers of this glitter on the ring finger, and then we are going to do a tap ombre with some of it onto the middle finger. Now I ended up seeing that after this mani, when I was using my UV light at the end, I happened to finish this last night, I saw that the glitter actually glows blue. That's pretty awesome. So I'll have to definitely put a picture in here for you with it glowing blue, just because I thought it was the coolest thing. It's always a nice surprise when a dip does something like glow or thermal change or UV. I'm not as excited when it does a surprise thermal or UV, just because it might not match what I paired it with, and it kind of throws off the whole thing, and it's just a whole thing. It sometimes throws me off. But I do like that this was a surprise glow, and the glow was just super beautiful. It glowed all night, and I didn't even really charge it longer than just to cure the gel, because it surprised me. Now when I do a tap ombre, I use a Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. I think they're like 89 cents on Amazon, or you can go to the dollar store and get them. I found them at my local dollar store, Dollar General, Family Dollar, something like that, one of those stores. But I grabbed that. It's not the super stiff one, but it's not the super fluffy one. It's kind of in the middle. And what I'll do is I like to actually take clear out as well, and to keep all the layers, the whole layer even, I'll put a layer of base on the entire nail, which means you definitely have to be careful with the tapping, because sometimes it can go a little bit further than you want, it usually happens, which is usually what happens to me every time I do an ombre. It's just not my cup of tea. I would rather color block. But I'm trying to get better at the ombre, and you do a layer of base on the entire nail, and you will take the eyeshadow brush, you will dip it into the powder, and then you'll just do like a tapping motion. As you see, I like to hold it on top. I don't hold it like a pencil, or I don't hold it like I'm going to use it. I hold it on top, and I just tap my index finger on top of the brush, and I dip in several times just to make sure I'm picking up all the glitter. You kind of want to go a little bit decent speed, and then when you're done with and you're happy with how much glitter coverage you have on this layer, then I would suggest dipping in clear just to soak up the rest of the base and keep the other side of your nail even. Now you can do more than one layer. I only usually do 1 layer of glitter when I am doing an ombre, a tap ombre, or any kind of ombre. I usually only like to do 1 layer. And then you want to push it down in case any of the small glitters are sideways, just so that you can have them all be flat and you can keep your layer as even as possible. Then you want to make sure you always clean your cuticle line. I didn't mention that earlier, but you always want to clean your cuticle line after every single dip, just to make sure it helps and you do less filing at the end. So this is what we're looking like. I'm also going to dip the rest of the nails in clear. I'm going to let that one dry for a minute while I'm dipping the rest of them. Going to dip all my nails in clear. Then I'm going to brush it off, activate, let that sit, and then I'm going to file and buff off camera, and then I will be back. what we are looking like after we have filed and buffed and shaped a little bit. I'm going to wipe off all of the excess dust with some alcohol, and then I'm going to go in with the gel base. I'm going to apply it to all of the nails. I'm going to cure for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to apply the gel top coat, and then I will show y'all how it ends up turning out at the end. Alright, here is the final look. We are all oiled up. I used one of my very favorite scents from Scales of a Mermaid, which is You Rain. It was a limited, but now it's mainline in case you guys are interested. Make sure you always use cuticle oil to finish up so that you keep everything all moisturized. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you consider subscribing, and I will see y'all in the next one.